Hello, Internet. Beds of the Reviews here, and today I will just to talk to you about a movie classic, E.T., directed by Steven Spielberg. Basically, it's about a group of aliens that go on Earth. Well, one of them E.T., and they're basically just this design. That's it. Anyways, they come into planet. Well, our main alien ET gets separated from his group a little bit, and I guess as in he gets a little too far off the radar where they were. Then humans come by, they get the fuck out of there, and they get a spaceship, which looks like a big ball. That's about it. And they get away, and ET's all alone because he couldn't get there on time. And so he's all alone. He ends up finding a boy named Elliot, played by Henry Thomas. And he basically hangs out with them a lot. And they just talk to each other as such. He has with him, and also, ends up with his brother. They play Michael, his name was, or whatever. Can't find a good photo of him right now, but he was played by, I believe, Robert McNulty. I may be wrong on that, but let me know in the comments below. And also his younger sister, Gertie, I think her name was. Played by a very young Drew Barrymore. Actually, the first film was, actually. Basically, though, they have become good friends after a time and interesting moment. But anyways, they end up having really bizarre product, because Elliot to find a way to find E.T. after he first meets him in a cornfield, which has really weird camera angles, which jump cut shots. Anyways, they go to E.T. and when you find him again, they freaking have product placement of Reese's Pieces. Product placement. Anyways, after the product placement, he ends up finding him, and they become friends. The next day though, he goes to school, which somehow E.T. gets fucking wasted off his mind. I'm serious, he just gets wasted, you wouldn't believe how wasted he gets. He just gets Elliot wasted, and he frees a bunch of frogs and such, and so on and so forth. But anyways, after that ends up happening, he comes back home. But afterwards, his sister Gertie comes back, and she's all and she finds out he can talk after he learns how to. And, well, when Elliot comes home, he sees a very interesting delight. E.T. in fucking drag. I'm just he's fucking as a girl. And so on and so forth. They end up making a phone. Learning about he may need a phone to contact his home. So he gives up the famous words, E.T. phone home. He gives up that famous line, and afterwards they make a phone, and on Halloween night when the town was rat, for some reason though, they disguise him as a ghost and not keep him as an alien because it's Halloween. I mean, they could think it's a costume. Anyways, they have him in there. They put him on a bike and makes this famous shot a thing. But a little bit earlier in the film, while making the phone, though, we can learn how his finger can glow and he can heal things. But anyways, as I was saying earlier, they make the phone and they have contact with his kind, and he goes home. He could go home. We don't know, but it takes some time. So I mean to say, but then they were also trying to get back away from the government to find them, but the government does end up finding him because for good tracking and such. And the next day after they call home, E.T. does, E.T. fucking dies. I mean, he just like turns into a white boy instead of from a black boy to a white boy and dies. Which is not how, well, obviously it's not how humans work, but that's how aliens work, so. And so, he like, freaking like, it's like a frick, he's like, and so he dies, and then mysteriously Jesus is it and comes back to life. Sorry if it. He freaking comes back to life. Just Jesus-ified. You even have the religious shot of him with a blanket on, much like Jesus, showing his heart glowing. So there, he did a Jesus. Anyways, they get to go home, and then E.T., like, freaking, the spaceship comes a few days later, and he says his words, "I'll be right here," when he says goodbye to Elliot, and they ended up going home. He ends up going home, and that's the movie in a nutshell. But there's like a weird moment does like this mask. What's not as terrifying as this? It's fucking creepy as hell. I mean, really is. But then there's like, although it's not as bad as the most merchandise, at least it's not as bad as this fucking thing. I mean, does that look like a dildo to you or what? I mean, that thing is a dildo. That is a fucking dildo. It's literally a dildo, but somehow they pass it off as an ET toy, making a finger light, which, excuse me, later on they made that into a, they make it into a actual finger hand. How is this better than the dildo? Anyways, he freaking does that, and there's like other areas of merchandise, like this rubber plush, like, there you go. In 85, there was actually a book called The Book of the Green Planet, which I can't even remember. I don't even know how that goes. I can remember from Minty. I made look him up for it. Or there was like alarm clock. Like, well, it looks like I don't even know if that's a piggy bank or not. But then there's like Gangsta E.T. for some reason. Okay, that's not it. And there's also, like, Pizza Hut had some cups, some glasses of E.T. Good looking glasses, I will say. But at least it was much better than what McDonald's was doing at the time. They didn't even have any toys, they just had fucking posters. They had posters. That's it. Nothing else, just posters. Posters of freaking stuff we don't even need, like, no, like, it's like, because the poster was a bad idea, I'm like, because you had to fold them up, put them in the Happy Meal box, having that, which kind of had a lot of crease folds and grease stains. Also, yeah, there's some, like, good looking boxes too. I mean, really good illustration. Whoever did the art on it, really good job, man, I will say. Anyways, with all the merchandise afterwards, it did all that, what it wanted to do. It, like, made it something famous, like some toys and such. It even made a Universal ride, which I really want to go on to, but I've never been to Universal, so only time will tell for me. But also, well, though, there actually, if I can find it here, some other merchandise. Although there was one thing I will have to end up mentioning. There's this is horrible what happened. There's an Atari ET game, and it sucks. I mean, if you want to know a basic review on it, you can just watch the Angry Video Game Nerd review. Or hell, if you wanted to, you could just like watch the whole Angry Video Game Nerd movie, which this video review is from. And basically, though, what it is that what happened is, though, if you can see it from a few photos, because the game was so bad, people had to bury the fucking games. Like, they actually buried those things in the middle of Alamogordo. So, and actually a few years ago, they dug the damn things up. I would just keep it there. Or better yet, just recycle them in the first place. I mean, I wouldn't do anything with just recycling. But like the game, although they did set up a statue afterwards. All of these are those sort of toy, but I've heard there's been like a statue afterwards. But like this film was like a cultural phenomenon after '82 release. Even had a weird like re-release in 2002, which was the same film, just Star Wars, and edit some things in. Which honestly, that would not have been the best thing. Like, they edited in like freaking like got this face, creepy as hell. They have a lot of CG for no actual reason. I mean, why have a CG? You don't need it. No need for it. Well, anyways, I guess it's about time to get done. But that's basically the movie and all what happened afterwards. It was a cultural phenomenon. Led to many ripoffs, which I will talk to you in sometime in the future, and I may talk to you some more about E.T. Alright, I'm pretty much done. I'm Bets of the Reviews, and I will see you another day in the future. Bye-bye.